Mark. What do you think about this current era where there's a lot of, like, let's just say it, marks that are now wrestling reporters because they're paying wrestlers, whether it's Steven Richards or whoever the guy is that works with Jim Cornette. They've done nothing in wrestling, but they present themselves as experts, and people are actually valuing their opinion as if they actually have some knowledge, but they've never promoted, they've never wrestled, and they've never booked. And if it wasn't for this new video interview style, they would never even be anything. What do you think? Would you have imagined this to happen?
Yeah, Hannibal, you are 1,000% correct with that. And I'll tell you why. Bro, I am a huge baseball fan. I've been a huge baseball fan, bro, since 1970. So how many, what is that? 55 years. Bro, never in a million years would I start a baseball podcast where all of a sudden I'm an authority. Never in a million years would I do that. If I ever want to do a baseball podcast, I would say every 5 minutes, I am a fan. I am a fan. I am a fan. Why? Because I've never been in the dugout. I've never laced up a pair of spikes, bro. I have no idea what it's really like. These guys think they're a part of it. They've actually convinced themselves they're a part of it. And you know, bro, that's fine, bro. If you guys want to live in fairy tale land and the Sean Sapps of the world and really think you're a part of the business, that's fine, bro. But the sad thing is, bro, if you're one of these people paying them money to get their views on a business they were never a part of, again, I'm going to say it. You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. There are so many podcasts out there, including Hannibal, you know, of people that have actually been in the business. Because, bro, if you haven't been in the business, you don't know shit. And, bro, like I said, man, as a baseball fan, I would never convince myself or you that I was ever a part of the baseball business. I never was.
Yeah, and the only thing that really drives me crazy about these guys is when they start talking tough, and I know they haven't been in a real fight, right, and they'll never talk, even to you. I know none of these guys would talk to you like that in person. They sure as hell wouldn't talk to that to me, because I don't talk bad about anyone I wouldn't fight.
Right.
Because I am a wrestler, I might run into these people. So if I think someone might be able to beat me up, I'm not going to go after them.
Right.
That's just the way I am. So I hate these little pipsqueaks that like have never done anything, and then they want to talk like if they see you, they're going to act all tough to you.
No scripts, no apologies. This is money and the pharaoh. Step into the fire, we're breaking all the rules. Voices getting louder, we ain't playing for fools. From the streets of New York to the worldwide stage, uncaged opinions, yeah, we bring the rage. Truth hits hard like a chair shot swing. Legends get tested when the real ones sing. No filter talk, yeah, we say it proud. If you got a problem, say it out loud. Lights go down, we ignite the sound. No backing down.
welcome back to the Howard Stern of Pro Wrestling. Monty and the Pharaoh. Pharaoh's working today, so I'm alone here. And coming off of last Friday's show where we talked about Marty Jannetty, last Thursday's show where podcasters became a target of the Monty and the Pharaoh show. Most recently, James Ramiro, the kid from England. I think I'm saying it right? So, again, a lot of back and forth on all of social media about our comments about James. And, you know, you saw the beginning of the intro. We've played it often, Hannibal and Vince Russo. And, you know, we've all got our feelings. Jimmy and I have our feelings. But you know what? Let's bring in a guy who has trained some of the legends in pro wrestling, right? CM Punk, Dave Bautista, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, John Cena. He's got his own show. Just came off a great interview with the Magnificent Morocco. I could say I was a bit jealous. But you know what? This is what we do on the show. We're going to bring Rip in. He's going to give it to us straight. He'll tell me what he really feels. And then, you know, we'll see if I actually have some knowledge behind me, or maybe I'm just another mark in the game. Rip, welcome aboard, buddy. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule.
Well, can I cuss on here?
You can do whatever you want, bro.
Okay, I'm a goddamn mark, but marks are the greatest fans. The greatest fans make the greatest guys because they love this stupid business that we're in. And before we get started, I'm going to put my thing up right here. If you can, I need followers. I need followers on my on TikTok. I need 10,000 followers so I can make some more money. I'm still eating Dollar Tree, the noodles and the coffee and shit. And anyway, all these calls come in, and then I'll probably get cut off all the time because I'm not Mr. Technology. I'm 72 years old. Let's get that straight right away. And I'm just going to, you ask me any question in the world, and I'll give you my honest opinion. Don't mean I'm right, but I've been in this business since 1977. I've been a competitive bodybuilder and was in 12 contests in 18 months, which is impossible. I was a pro boxer and had 7 fights. I didn't say they was real or not, did I?
No,
and I fought a guy that was ahead of Klitschko, and he lost in Los Angeles years ago. So I've done a lot of things. I've done the pro wrestling. I've done the pro boxing. I've done. We got the podcast. I won't shut my goddamn mouth. I want to be on your show, and anything I'll tell you to the best of my ability. I won't be ribbing you. I ain't going to lie to you, and I don't need to bullshit you, because if not, I can tell you, hey, go fuck yourself to begin with.
Right.
And I'm not the stuff all you're not supposed to say. That's the way I talk, and I always will. And if you cancel me, well, fuck whatever the fucking cancel. Like I need you to wipe my ass anyway. So anyway, anyway, when you started the thing early, and I walked in and had to take a fucking piss. Of course, I pissed on the seat because my it don't go good. And I had to drip around and clean it up and anything. So anyway, feel free to ask me any question in the world, and there will be no feelings, whatever. I don't give a shit at all about whatever. And if you don't like it, don't watch the son of a bitch.
That's it, man. And you know what? I have no idea what you're going to say, right? We had no discussion.
I don't either until you fucking ask me.
So let's open up with this. I don't know if you heard the clip of Russo speaking to Hannibal, talking about fans really don't know shit. They have no right to talk about in the business. They're not in the business. They think they're in the business. What are your thoughts about all that?
Okay. Now, that's funny. I just talked to Vince Russo at the Comic Con or whatever we had down here I'm in Las Vegas. And it was the one where it was WrestleCon. That's what it was. And here's Vince Russo. He was the nicest, most polite guy, humble. If that was a mask, what a fucking mask he had on. But I could not say one iota thing bad and he didn't bro me either.
Wow, that's a shocker. Look at that.
Yeah. So whatever. I can just go the way people treat me. So
But
Who knows?
it's not a Russo thing. But what do you feel about the thoughts about look guys like me and Jimmy, right? Old guys who have a show and voice their opinion. But do you think do you think we shouldn't be using wrestling terminology? Do you think we shouldn't have opinion about pro wrestling matches? I mean, what's your true thoughts about this?
Well, anybody in the world, if you're for the Yankees against fucking against the Cincinnati Reds in the 70s, I don't care if you played Major League Baseball or not, but who's going to Reds? Well, I want the Reds to win. They got Pete Rose, they got Tony Perez, they got Joe Morgan, they got Dave Concepcion. We're fans with everything, and all we are as fans is expressing who we love and who we hate. And we hate because, the Knicks are going to hate the goddamn Celtics. The Lakers are going to hate the Celtics. Everybody's got rivals in any sport, going for a fucking job, playing touch football in the backyard, putting some gloves on and acting like you're Muhammad Ali against Sonny Liston, Dr. J against Bill Walton. It doesn't matter what it is. We're all marks. We're all kids. Don't want to grow up. I'm 72. I refuse to grow up, and I'm gonna act like I'm a little kid till I fucking croak. And who the hell wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't want to do that? You want to stay young. You want to think young. Are you sitting there fantasizing, giving yourself a wank about some 70-year-old woman? Hell no. You're thinking of some young, hot 25-year-old with her tits sticking out and her butt, and you're ready to lick her fucking asshole. What the fuck, right? So I'll start talking and you won't understand anything.
No, listen, I understand all of it, man, because I can tell you what, even at my age, right? I'm like, whatever, you're 72, I'm going to be 59. What is that, 13 years?
I wish I was fucking 59. I'd have been a kid then.
Yeah, but check it out, though, Rip. It's the same thing, though. It's like, I don't want to date no 59-year-old. I don't want to date a 40-year-old. I want to date a 22-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're really stupid. Well, the thing about, they got the better bodies. The titties are perkier, but they're fucking stupid.
Oh, so you're talking about afterwards conversation. There has to be conversation.
Any kind of conversation. Just take your clothes off, bitch. Just give me a slow wank, talk dirty to me in Cockney and Carney, and I'll be fine.
And just leave, right? Just be done. Get out.
And and leave me my $20 on the table on the way out that I charged you.
There you go. That you charged her. All right. That's not bad.
I charged her.
Lucky man. You're a lucky man. And dude, I got to tell you, like when I was texting you, I had people reaching out to the show asking, how the fuck are you in such great shape, man? 72, the brain's working great. You still got testosterone throwing through your body. What's going on there?
I trained 5 hours today already. I'll do my second session when we get out of here.
Wow.
But it's nothing like you think it is. My legs, I got two hips that ain't mine, a knee that ain't mine, arthritis. I got the neuropathy, and I got everything on. Nothing works, but I fight through of what I can do. We all wish we was 28 in contest on nationwide TV, being over. Didn't get any better than fucking that. But God don't give us too much bad or too much good. But I'm gonna go out here and give it my all. If you don't like it, well, turn the goddamn channel. I didn't ask you to be on here, and I don't even know if you even advertised this or we just chatted on the phone or texted each other. Don't have no idea.
No advertisement. Put it up 1:00 this afternoon. I'm going to change my glasses because I will read comments at some point. I can't, my eyes are gone too.
Oh, so. Shit. You look fucking 38 years younger with taking your glasses off.
Really?
See, when I take my glasses off, I look younger, but I can't even see the fucking thing here.
Same here, man. Same here.
I ain't mad at nobody.
So let's just hit this real quick before we get going. So on Friday night, Eddie Mansfield came on the show to talk about Marty Jannetty. Unfortunately, Marty Jannetty lost his foot, amputated. He was trying to work through all the pain. I wanted to get your thoughts on Eddie was very upset for Marty, feeling like the WWE did not take care of him. Shawn Michaels did not take care of him.
It's not their job to take care of him. It's not their job to take care of me, no matter if we got hurt. How many fucking years ago was that?
The amputation?
No, the amputation just was what? How many days ago?
It was just days ago, right? Yeah.
I understand that, but if Sean was rich and he wanted to give his old partner and wanted to help him out, that'd be great. But he's under no obligation to, because Marty was he was Eddie Haskell. He was mischievous. He was going to get into trouble. But when you know you're getting into trouble, you're the one that's going to pay the goddamn piper, and nobody else is responsible for you. The stuff I do, did I do that? Yeah. Am I going to be punished for it one way or the other? Probably. Yes. Do I have a big mouth? Yes. But am I going to express my opinion? Yes. We're probably going to disagree with everything because I'm 72 years old. I can talk soft now, where before, when you're young and you got testosterone in you, you want to yell, scream, and threaten to fight and do whatever. Now I just don't even have to count to 10. I can talk as soft as you want. And Jake Roberts had the best promo because he could talk softer and softer, and you had to strain to even hear what he was saying. He was a genius.
All right, so I want to play devil's advocate with you, and I agree with you. No one in this world owes anybody anything. But I would think at some point, Rip, when people look, you mentioned Jake Roberts, right? How many chances did that guy get? How many chances? And just because, I mean, let's look at you. You've trained. If we just took the dollars of what these guys have made, just the 5 people I named you trained, is plenty more.
Okay, forget those guys.
Right.
Now, I got 70 other people into WWE when, like JTG, like the Beast, like Santino, like Estrada, Ramondo Estrada, like Mike Mondo, all the Spirit Squad guys and stuff. These guys that came to OVW when I was teaching there, when I was there over 20 years, and I taught them, and they were in the beginners class. Then by them just shutting the hell up and do as I told them, I said, just do as I tell you. I'm going to make you like you're going to Vietnam, and I got to protect you. I want to make you good, but you're not going to understand this. And then one day, all of a sudden, the light bulb will go off. Oh, 12 years ago, that's why he did this. I figured, now I know it. But it's like in anything. I'm in Pop Warner football. The coach is me doing this. Do the monkey rolls. I don't want to do no monkey rolls. Hey, I'm fat. I can't get up. I don't want to do this shit, but you got to just do as you're told. Okay. And it'll eventually come to you.
But I mean, there goes my point, man. I know there probably weren't stock options at that point, but at what point, look, you can be doing better for yourself. Am I fair to say that, right? You would like to be in a better place, right? And for right. So think about this. What you have created, right, with your training, even going back to Marty, I agree with you. You are not owed shit. You're not owed shit. He's not owed shit. But if you're Shawn Michaels and you look back and you go, if it's not for this guy, I may never have been what I am. Does he, Vince is gone now, but it's, if TKO is like John Cena, Mark Henry, all these guys, at what point does someone look, let's say, let's feed the beast a little bit, let's look for their past things that they have accomplished for us? Or is this, am I looking for humanity here where there's no humanity?
No, it's what can you do for me now? It's like a bitch. It's like a broad. It's like a girl. I don't care what you did for me these last 27 years. I'm not feeling that anymore. I don't care for you anymore. No. I got 3 boyfriends on the side. They're younger. They give me money and shit.
Well, I'm telling you what, the one thing I will say is I've been following your podcast for a while. I could see now the momentum's coming. You and your partner has got the momentum coming now. TikTok's a little bit of a pain in the ass, dude. 10,000 subscribers for TikTok is a pain in the ass, but you've got the recognition that you should be able to hit that. Are you
Recognition and $1.25 will get me a goddamn 2-liter at fucking Dollar Tree, right? I don't want the recognition.
you want the fucking money, right? I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, so here's the deal. We were texting back and forth about a few things, and like I had said on Thursday, me and Jimmy talked about James Romero. The James Romero lovers out there got angry, and the James Romero haters out there loved it. You know, just like anything in society, right? They're all split. And I said, you know what, man? I want to see if I'm right. Like I just said, I asked you about Russo. I'm just going to bring you people. I'm going to ask you to make statements about them and tell me what you think. And let's see where we're at when this whole thing washes, right?
Okay.
All right, man. We're going to go with Shawn Michaels to open this bad boy up.
Okay. I remember Shawn, tremendous talent. But at one time, I'm saying one time, one of the biggest fucking assholes there was on this planet. And I'm just a normal guy, and I'm a fan. Was he great? You're goddamn right it was. But he found God. You think he's the world's greatest? You think I believe him?
I hope not, because I don't believe him. I will
never believe him. I could just know he's such a great performer, such a great worker. He could say whatever, this and that, and then give you the little wink, right? In other words, I just ribbed you all. And until I croak or he croaks, I will always believe, no, he's just working us. And I may be right or I may be wrong, but that's what I think. And everybody in this world's got a different opinion. Every sports fan, everybody that's on your show, everybody, whether it be a Caitlin Clark against Angel Reese, maybe it be a bad man Bob Woodbury against in the roller derby thing against Ken Monty, the dynamite Tony Roman from how many years ago? Maybe it'd be Walt Frazier against Earl Monroe when they were opponents and not on the same team. Sandy Koufax against anybody. The big red machine. Who knows? Everybody's different, and everybody's got opinions on everything. And if you want to be a fan, you support whoever you want to. Whoever. It's just like voting. I don't do politics at all, because no matter what, if you make one statement or agree with anything, you've already lost half your fan base. Well, so in other words, I don't do it. I don't do any. The only guy I ever voted for was my buddy Barron Hill. He was an Indiana State representative like 4 times, and I had him on my podcast. But we were in high school together at good old Seymour High School. And he's still the leading scorer. Had most points in a football game, and Scott and the 100 and the 220. They did yards then, not meters. But just have fun with your life, because we're going to wake up one day and then all of a sudden we're going to be croaked. Mm-hmm. And do I know what I'm going to get into? No. Was I raised Catholic? Yes. What did I go to church Monday through? I took Saturdays off. Monday through Friday, I was usually a speaker or the altar boy. My uncle, Father John Shira, he was a priest for over 50 years, and he was only in two parishes close together in Indianapolis. So, when they start skipping you around and stuff, that means you're the child molester gimmick. This tells like it is. When Father John retired on his deathbed, I said, you was only at 2 places. I said, you must have found the boys weren't attractive, and he was dying, and he was like smiling, and he gave me the office as he was doing it. So, hey, we all do whatever we think we want to do in life. Do it to the best you can. And then when we croak, do we really know what the hell we're going to, if there is an up, if there is a down, if there is a head? We don't know. And if I die and there ain't one, I'm gonna go say, hey, they could put, oh wait, here's all the laws. You got to do this and that. We'll say, well, hell, if not, everybody would have been murderer and rapists and everything. Because no, but the Bible says I will burn in hell or whatever. So I guess I'll find out, and I won't, and like Harry Houdini, I won't be coming back, no, no matter what.
Can you come if you pass before me? We don't even know that would even be the case, but it's like, will you come back as like a dog or something and give me a signal or what?
Oh, I'll probably come back as a fat girl with a big mouth. So I could live in their shoes, right? With no respect, and I can roll my eyes and I can demand this and demand that and think they're fucking over.
Well, can I tell you something that happened today before we move on?
No.
I was okay.
No, go ahead. I got you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I was bringing my dogs. I had to wash my dogs, right? So I bring them to whatever, PetSmart or whatever. This girl sitting in a car, young girl. I don't know. A car is probably more expensive than my fucking house with her boyfriend. She just takes her trash and she just throws it right into the parking lot. I literally walk over there with my dog and I pick it up and I look at her. And Rip, I gotta tell you, if my dog wasn't with me, I might have just punched this bitch right in the face.
Yeah, but then you would have got in trouble.
But this is what I'm trying to say. It's like no one has respect for shit anymore. It's like your fucking $1 million car. You can't have some trash in it, bitch. Really?
Hey, now you're raising your voice. You're getting me upset.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting within my feelings now. I'm hurt. I don't know what to say. I'm just going to pout. It's not my fault. Things happen in life. I'm misunderstood. That's what I am. I'm misunderstood. Whatever I want, it's okay. Anyway, I interrupted your story.
No, that's it. That is the story. It really had no real relevance to anything we were speaking. Well, it did, but it wasn't exciting. Let me put it that way. That's why I'm not doing the talking today.
Well, now if you was Goober Powell, you could have fucking looked left, looked right, thrown the rock and hooty hoo, and take off running or whatever. No, that was Ernest T. Bass. Yeah, that was Ernest T. Bass, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Boom, take off running.
You're too funny. All right, next up, Kevin Nash.
Okay, I knew Kevin when he was at WCW when I was in Atlanta, and I think he was the Master Blaster. He was a tremendous athlete, and they had him. I remember getting him. We was in a 6-man one night, and I said, Kevin, just stick. It was me, Pat Rose, and Pat against, I don't know, I can't remember who the hell it was. It doesn't matter. I said, you just stand there and look as big and intimidating and you can. We'll get these motherfuckers over. When you get in there, don't even register anything. You just beat the shit out of everybody. Yeah, we'll make these motherfuckers look good. Then you come in and you just fucking kill them. And he's one of the, he's funny. He's ribbing. He was legitimate. And I've never had a problem with him. He may love me. He may hate me. Whatever. I can't change his opinion. But he sure as hell made a mark for himself, and he's made a living on his own terms. He's never had to kiss any goddamn fucking ass. He's never had to go out there and be asked to do a bunch of crazy shit. Well, they didn't have to ask me. I'd work with Cactus Jack, and they would get mad at us for you can't be on TV for sweet. You guys are stealing the show and you're not supposed to. I said, well, excuse me for being fucking good, but we didn't do nothing that anybody else couldn't fucking do. It's like years ago, if you was good, all the stars would hate you. Well, he hates. Oh no, he's got nice hair. So what do? They make him get a haircut. If he's all ripped up, oh no, you need to put some weight on you. And if you're just, no matter what, it wasn't right because you were stepping on somebody's potential toes.
Wow.
Because years ago they would only have so many blacks, so many Mexicans, so many bleach blondes, so many masked guys, so many Germans, so many Oriental guys, so many guys that acted like they were black, but they were Trinidadians, and vice versa around. You never knew that the Indian, he ain't Jeff, he's Mexican, but you didn't know all that as a mark. All the hell, I would just get all the wrestling magazines. When I was getting the wrestling magazines in the early 70s, shit, they'd come to the pipe shop in Seymour, that there would be about 12 different wrestling magazines coming in. Oh, and some of them were 2 weeks old. Some of the shit is 6 months old. But I go in there and I'd tear out pages I needed and stuff like that, because my uncle worked there, so he just looked the other way and laughed. But I've loved wrestling since I first went to my first match in 1961 when I watched Dick the Bruiser as Cowboy Bob Ellis in Seymour, Indiana, and I was fucking hooked. And how I got into that, I don't know. I just talk just to hear myself talk. I get, but I was on a roll. So whatever your next question was or whatever.
Well, listen, I don't know if you know, but if you do know, great. If you don't know, I just want your opinion. So Johnny Rods, right? Johnny Rods. Puerto Rican.
The Erie, oh yeah, I seen Johnny Rods at a Comic-Con a couple months ago.
So Johnny was Vince Sr.'s enforcer.
Right.
How come Vince Sr., in your opinion, never made him a star instead of being the enforcer, and we went with like a Pedro Morales or something like that? Because Johnny was the real deal, right?
Okay. Now, being a wrestler, and I understand the business, the office business, when you're there and you're figured in, Vince Sr., you will be here for this many months, and then you will leave. 3 years later, you will come back. But he could use Johnny Rods for 30 years and always have a great match, and he could wear the JR whether he could be Java Rick or he could be Johnny Rods and have a great match with everybody. And he's the enforcer out there, and everybody's and he's respect. He's got that slot right there, and he can bring enhancement guys, the guys he's trained if need be. So you can't get mad at Johnny Rods at all.
You're so smart, bro. You are just, you know what? I should have thought about that. Excellent. Jimmy Cornette, man.
Oh, he's the number one manager besides Bobby Heenan. Jimmy is so smart. God, I remember taking days off so that I could work Smoky Mountain, just to work for Cornette and make less money, just to do it. Because I'd work Global, I'd work WCW, I would work WWF. I ran towns for Bill Watts and Ole Anderson in Atlanta. I ran towns for him, right? And what I would do, Ole'd say, first skim $300 off the top for you. And then you're the announcer. You get paid for that. You get the jackets. You're paid for that. And there was one other thing, and you're this whatever. I got paid for three things, and I'd work the opening match. So I was just making money out hand and fist. And then Bischoff come in, and he quit running. It was to get guys work because they didn't run that many towns. So we was having guys that needed work. You need to work. When you can be in the business 3 years and work 1,000 matches, that's how you fucking learn. And you want to be the stupidest guy. You want to be at the bottom so that you can learn from guys older than you. You want to be you're a first grader, but you want to be led by fifth graders is what it is. As soon as you get in there with somebody else, you'll see I'm an idiot. So no, I say, no, just shut up and do as he tells you. But I said, shut up, do as he tells you. If the match is great, it's because of him, this old 40-year-old. If the match is the shits, it's on him because he knows that you're retarded. He knows that you don't have any experience, but he's going to fucking lift you up. 15 years from now, you'll be the guy explaining everything because you have to conquer every obstacle, but you got to fail. You got to fail. You got to fail. Finally, you figure what to do. But if I just tell you what to do, then you're not learning anything. You got to learn, well, this is why you did this. This is why we did that. Eventually, yeah, it makes sense. And when you get guys under you and you're helping them, you go through the same process. They have to fail at everything before they even start to get a fucking clue. And when I start rambling, say, just shut up. And then I got something
Well,
else.
well, I'm assuming then when Jack Perry had his shit storm with CM Punk back in AEW the way those years back, you must have not have been a happy camper.
Well, okay, Tony Khan. I wish I was on his payroll.
Yeah,
I
so
wish
do I.
I was on his payroll. I can't get mad at Tony Khan because he absolutely loves professional wrestling. I can't get mad at Tony Khan because he wants to do everything himself. He wants to try it. He sees, okay, I've seen traditional wrestling, but I got different ideas. Now, if I got the freedom to hire whoever I want, and the guys he hired, he don't know if they're any good or not. Everybody's still half-ass marked, just like when I was starting out. Oh, the guys with the cool moves. I said, no, you do little as possible, so stuff means something. What do you mean? Oh no, we got 6 minutes and I want to do this and I want to do that. I said, well, one of these days you'll figure it out that you're a fucking mark and the light bulb will go off and I'll say I'll never do it again. Then you'll be preaching to the choir to all the fucking the young greenhorns there, and they won't get it, and they'll pout and they'll be mad. And then the guy that knows, they say, how was that? He goes, man, that was real good. And he goes, it was? I hardly didn't do anything. Well, you weren't supposed to do anything. You're in the goddamn opener. What the fuck? You got to learn to work babyface. You got to learn to work heel. You got to learn to work babyface tag team, heel tag team. You got to learn to work different styles. Well, what are we going to do? They just did this stuff. I said, just shut the fuck up. I just watched their match. I know what they fucking did. The only thing we're going to do is what they did as a finish. We'll do that as a false finish because the people have already seen one. So they're going to bite on it. They say, oh, they won. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry about that. So
no worries. Eric Bischoff.
Eric was the one when he come in, we quit running developmental towns as he told me, he said, I would rather run the Astrodome and lose $250,000 than to have TBS and have my guys in Shelbyville, Indiana, and Franklin, Indiana, and bumfuck Kentucky or whatever. But even though they're learning to work, they're learning to wrestle, they're learning to be on the road, they're learning to watch the other matches, they're learning how to call it in the goddamn ring. So it's everything I taught was call it in the ring. Everything. Then I said, well, when you get a job, forget everything I told you, but you'll always have that up here. And if the ring breaks, no big deal. You'll know what to do. And all of a sudden they drag you, say, oh, go in there and go for 7 minutes with this guy. This guy just sprained his ankle warming up. Okay, I got it. What do you need? And they'd tell me, okay, you got yeah, I got it. And the guy would go, what are we going to do? I said, just shut up and I'll tell you what to do. We'll be fine. And it takes years to get that shit. But I think it's impossible for guys to get it today because I grew up working every day. I'll be Bill Watts. I'll be working 10 shows a goddamn week, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and in the TVs, driving like a fucking truck driver. But underneath, you can make more than you could on top in other territories. And he'd yell and scream. Fucking Oldie yell and scream. Randy Savage, who I lived with for 4 years and who was my mentor, he would yell and scream. It's like him and Oldie, every word they say is fuck. So they were my heroes, so I had to pick that up. So when I'm in character, I'm saying fuck every other word. And then a lot of times I get kicked off YouTube for saying fuck too many times, or I got to wait 30 seconds before I say fuck. But now it's fucking this and fucking that. If you don't fucking like it, turn the goddamn fucking channel. Or if you want to hear some nice fucking stories, I'm not going to lie to you about anything. But then again, I've seen girls tell me their pussy didn't stink, and it did. I had guys talking about they had the big ass fucking dick, and they had the fucking little kayfabe fucking weenie. So,
well, you got to kayfabe that, dude. You know what I mean? You got to kayfabe that.
Oh no, fucking Dusty be sitting there buck ass fucking naked with cowboy boots on and the cowboy fucking hat. And he'd be telling me how over he was. And I said, you're sitting there and you got the kayfabe fucking weenie. I just shake my fucking head.
Damn. Dirt Sheets picking up Dusty Rhodes had a tiny weenie. Oh, man. Look out. All right. Bully Ray, Bubba Ray, we're getting into busted open land, podcasting and wrestling. Thoughts on
Okay.
this guy?
I've been on Dave LaGreca's show before, and I'm real tight with Mark Henry. Mark Henry's a sweetheart to me. So I can never say anything about Mark Henry, ever. I would rib him better than he'd be ready to fucking kill me. But he eventually figure out that I'm trying to help him, and it's a goddamn fucking rib. But Bubba Ray, when I heard him on, and Bubba Ray, who's has the worst Tennessee stomp in the wrestling in professional wrestling. Of course, he's doing it as a rib. Always talking about guys not wearing jewelry because guys should never wear jewelry in the ring, and he'd be all decked out with jewelry and shit, right? Years ago, I'm trying to think who it was that come in the ring, but they just ripped his fucking ear out. It was, God damn it. I see his face, but I can't think of him. But when you do that, they would just fucking rip it off of you. You don't fucking do that. You can't have jewelry on, and especially when bitches are in there. You're going to rip this and rip that. But today's wrestling is not very fucking. If you walk out there and you got nose rings in, or if you're in a fight and a guy's got a nose ring in, what are you going to do? That's your focal point.
Right.
I'm going to rip that sumbitch out. What if you got the fucking hoop earrings? Bop, bop. Now he's got 2 fucking earlobes fucking down here bleeding. Mm-hmm. Then he's always got to have the big chain on here and the body this and body this and that. So I'm 72, don't have a fucking tattoo. I'm 72, don't have any fucking gold, any fucking jewelry. But then again, it's time for me to get hip and be like the hottest 73-year-old. And all of a sudden I could have tattoos all over me. And then they wouldn't notice if I was out of shape a little bit because I got tats on, right? And I got gold. So I'm goddamn, I'm cool because I got fucking gold just like everybody else. You think I want to look like anybody else? Fuck you. We are individuals. You are stars. I am a fucking star. Get fucking used to it. When I start wrestling, you think I could sit here and just jabber on and jabber on? I'd be sitting there as Wilbur Snyder. I'd be a guinea pig for Dick the Bruiser wrestling, and Wilbur Snyder put me in the front face lock, and then he put me in the abdominal stretch, and that'd be the extent of my. I'd go there and I'd be the victim of the hold of the week a whole lot of times. I wish I could just go back into that mode again and be the victim. But then again, I had the afro with the big pick in it. And I had my Carlin Hildegard stuff and my B-Bar A boot shop from Noel Ash in Paris, Arkansas. That was the standard then. The shimmer cape, the fucking silver fucking bolero. And I'm rambling again. I'm sorry.
That's all good. Tommy Dreamer.
Well, Tommy's from the Paul Heyman, whatever it's called,
ECW.
What was it?
ECW.
Yeah, ECW. When I saw ECW the first time, I said, this is the most disgusting, stupidest thing I've ever fucking seen in my goddamn life. I was brought up with traditional wrestling. If you had a fucking kendo stick, you didn't hit them 97 times. Then you weren't worth a shit, and the kendo stick didn't mean something.
Right.
You had to be, I'd be grabbing that jewelry off right there. But no matter what, he's made a fucking living. He's made a nice fucking living. He's still fucking relevant. Can he go out in the ring and call it in the ring like all my guys can do and do up to 2 hours? No, but he don't have to. They got their own style. And as long as, but they usually, remember when their ratings used to be like always a 0.09 or something, 0.9 years ago.
Yeah.
And they hardly drew any fucking people. And then Paul, a lot of times he wasn't peeing people, but what the fuck? You get to be a pro wrestler. You're getting exposure. And the ones that gutted it out and had a good time with it, now they still got fucking jobs. But only in pro wrestling can you be there and go there. And they say, I said, them son of a bitches has been here for 20 fucking years. You think anybody wants to see them son of a bitches? They got their same fucking music. They do the same shit in their match, just the stuff that they normally do. You don't pop on Austin until he hits you with the goddamn fucking stunner. And that's fucking it. Well, you'd pop if Jake hit his goddamn DDT. What about just fucking wrestling and doing all the stuff that you haven't done with him, where all of a sudden the guy gives up to a hammerlock, and then all of a sudden people start screaming? All you got to do is dominate, and but the marks, they're not going to yell and scream and make noise unless you're doing your signature shit. I say, fuck your signature shit. When I told you before, when I run shows, I put me against you, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you wouldn't go. I'd send somebody else out there, and then I'd go out there and work with them. And he didn't. We don't know nothing. He goes, but I didn't. I said, oh, Lord, you was trying to get your pre-planned bullshit. But the stars don't know how to fucking call it in the ring. And if you don't know how to do it on a moment's notice to work on the fucking fly, that's not on me. That's on fucking you. That means you ain't worth a shit. Well, all the stars just, I don't give a fuck about all the fucking stars. When you can do this shit and keep all the matches fucking different with different spots, the stuff you used earlier as finishes, you're doing a fucking high as a fucking false finish in the main event. And you better not do that fucking 2.9 fucking count unless I fucking tell you. I remember years ago in ICW, nobody but Ronnie Garvin was allowed to get a shoulder up. Everything else was kickouts or the heel. Don't cover them. The more you cover them and they kick out, you can do all your pretty moves and realize the mark realized, well, that good guy did all his big moves on that bad guy, and the bad guy, he can't keep him down. I said, well, no shit. A heel can just destroy the babyface by letting him get all this motherfucking shit in because he's a fucking mark and has to show people that he can do this. Treat it. That's like, how do you make a star? Take anybody you want to, make him king of the ring 2026. The rest of their life, whenever they're on, well, you could be the world's biggest fucking job guy, and everybody can be famous for having their fucking moment. Remember when Willie Mays hit 4 home runs in one game? Yeah, I do. Remember when Bruno this? Yeah. And quit doing the same goddamn fucking high spots. Why do you have to keep coming back to an arm drag when after about 2 of them, the guy's going to figure it out? Go to a fucking drop toe hold, then float to his goddamn arm. You can't. I mean, when you run off tackle, you eventually run off tackle, then you fucking pass the ball. When you're shooting threes, you eventually kick it inside. When fucking Greg Maddux is setting you up with fucking slow shit, then he can blow that 82-mile-an-hour fastball by you because he's a goddamn pitcher. Treat your matches like a fucking sport. Don't do the same old fucking shit.
What changed it, though? Is it the fans that changed this? Is it the wrestlers? Is it the promoters? When did it become this?
I'll give you the word I hate. It evolved. It evolved into shitty fucking wrestling. It evolved years ago when you have all the territory system, right? The promoters were in almost all cases, they were former wrestlers, workers. They'd been in the business for fucking years. It wasn't all of a sudden they're just some guy and then they're being put. Oh no, we got these guys from whatever the fucking company is making all this goddamn money. What the fuck do they know about wrestling? Nothing. But they're the fucking boss. Just think if I was decision maker of some fucking cancer place or whatever, right? Well, you're the head doctor. I said, yeah. What? Well, my uncle was a doctor and my dad was a doctor. Me, I was a stupid wrestler and a dumb fuck. But I needed a job, so I said, you can do this. Mm. Said, oh, okay, that's why I'm over then. Well, what's the thing? That's like they put. It's like they got Pat McAfee in there, right? They got Pat McAfee in there. Then they want him to fucking save their show and shit. That son of a bitch is so over on College Game Day and his own fucking network. And then he's supposed to save the fucking wrestling. Holy shit. He's one of the most talented guys there is. But anyway, I'm just fucking rambling. You know that.
Listen, you know what? You're giving gold. Dave LaGreca, Busted Open Radio founder.
Yeah. I was on his show years ago. I can't remember. He brought me on. Mark brought me on. I was there. It was in New York City because I did a couple seminars One was for Pat Buck. One was for Mike Mondo in New York City. And I can't remember who the other one was. But anyway.
Any words on him? Like, do you think he's good for the sport? Do you think he made a big difference in the sport? You think he's just a fan?
Well, the fans love this shit. I wish I was a real announcer, but I had all the experience of what I had wrestling. With the marks, hey, every baseball fan is a nut. Whoever a sports fan is, they're a nut. You know, they're telling you what's going to happen in the Super Bowl. Why? Well, we played flag football at the boys club in Seymour when I was 7 and 8. Okay, and I used to be a high school fucking football coach, but I don't know nothing compared to any fucking real guy that's played football, real fucking analyst, real shit like that. But I can't. Without the fans, we ain't got nothing.
But let me ask you that question. Just because you weren't a pro baseball player, you've got guys like Costas out there, and there's so many people. I mean, Joe Buck. These guys are brilliant. They never played the game.
No, but they also paid their dues, but it was paid their dues under not nationwide eyes, where they acquired knowledge. They acquired the stories and filed them up here for later. They knew if you play Major League Baseball, you still play so many games. What position are they playing? Who's the king in their era? Who's the best? Who's at first base? Moose Skowron. Who's at second base? Bobby Richardson, Tony Kubek, Clete Boyer, Elston Howard, Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Tom Tress. 61 goddamn Yankees. You know all that shit because you never fucking forget it because you experienced it the fourth game of the World Series in 1961 with Whitey Ford pitching. Wow.
But that's exactly it, Rip. So isn't it like we're older now? So today's fan loves the shit they're seeing. We're just older now. We grew up on something different, so we are less accepting of it. Wouldn't that be the case?
Yeah. Well, we want it to be when we were happiest.
Yes.
We want, as soon as I hit 30, it was traumatic. As soon as I hit 40, I felt good because I looked better when I was 40 than when I was 30. So that meant all I had to do is modify my training, try not to get hurt, but you're going to do the best you can, half-ass eat fucking clean, and live the life you fucking want to fucking live. And don't worry, every man in their life will ruin their life at least 3 times with the woman of their fucking dreams. That's the norm. So accept the fact.
All right, Denise Salcedo. She's on, not Busted, 24-hour wrestling on Sirius. She's also a podcaster, a very large following on YouTube.
Okay, and what's she saying?
She's just a fan, again, just another woman in wrestling. I don't know how you feel about that, but she's also a, what do they call it? Reaction video person. So they watch it. People watch her watching wrestling and she reacts and they love it.
Okay. How old is she? Approximately.
Probably, the guess, probably 30 something.
Okay. Is she fat?
No, she's all right.
Okay. So she's okay on the eyes for any average fucking mark.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. So in other words, their dick's hard because she's not fucking fat. No, girls, all they got to do is not be fat and shut your goddamn fucking mouth, do as you're told, and whatever you ask me, the answer is no. No. If you don't like it, fuck off. I don't need you. I don't fucking want you. My God, you think you're the pussy of the fucking century? What the fuck?
Let me ask you that, though. So, again, women, right? We'll use Salcedo for this example.
Okay.
They make sure they throw their tits out there, right? But they want to be respected. Just like if you go into the Vince McMahon, Janelle Grant thing, I'll do all this shit for you, but once you stop paying me, all of a sudden I'm claiming, I'm claiming foul, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't, again, this is only one picture I draw. I could draw pictures where she's throwing her shit out there, right? Because, listen, tits sell, right?
Tits and ass is what it's at.
That's right, baby. If I could put a wig on the show and look halfway decent, God damn.
Well, no, you can't. No, you'd have to shave your beard at least.
I know.
Get some titties on there.
Throw some titties on there. That's
Yeah.
right.
Got a big fat ass. You got to roll your eyes. Get the handsome Jimmy nails from yesteryear when they had Bob this and that, and when Boogie was doing this and that when he was handsome Jimmy at fucking Memphis, and Jerry Lawler just called him a fag, you know.
By the way, B40 says she's barely a 5. I got to agree. Only in wrestling can you be a 5 and be like people are fucking hitting up on you like crazy, right?
Well, but most of the guys are all the fucking mark guys. If we had a fucking camera and everybody that's watching your show, we'd say, well, hell, 7% are semi-attractive. The rest are fucking losers. It's fucking real. But when they're a loser, they still, you could be catering to Albert Einstein or some stupid motherfucker, but it's still 1-to-1 on votes, right? That's right. Why. And then it's like politics. Why would I want to fucking vote? Well, I don't know. Democrat, they're all fucking rich and I ain't. So I just want to make sure I can reach as many people as I can. If you don't like what I say, turn the son of a bitch off. But
you know what though?
Sit here for how long we're on. I'm entertaining, and you're saying, well, I never even thought of that shit before. Well, how would you think about it? You could be telling stories that you've done that I haven't experienced. And to me, what a great ride it is just listening to you. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. What'd you do? Well, I worked at some car lot, and I'd go out and pick up the cars and bring them back into the shop. Oh, I bet you had some fucking, oh man, this girl was sucking my fucking dick. This one was doing this. I had a tranny in there one night. There was some young boy that was eyeballing me, but I fought the ceiling.
That ain't my story.
Oh, okay.
You know, you got to talk to Vaughn, man. Bring in some girl with some big titties. The three of you'll be gold, man.
Well, but I want the attention. I need all the. I'm like a bitch.
It's all about you.
I need the attention. You know, I go. This is my third podcast in 3 days. So
you're an animal, man. All right, ready? Dutch Mantel, one of the more famous podcasters lately.
Okay, Dutch. I worked with Dutch when I was working for Nick Goulas. And I was tagging with, and I was the infamous disco kid there. And Dutch would just eat me up. And so when I was tagging with Randy, and I say, man, he said, go start with Dutch. And I said, and then what? He says, we're going to tag in and out, in and out, in and out. He wants to stay out there and be beating us all up. But pretty soon, about 3 minutes, he's going, because Randy was a machine, because Randy had all that rage and hate in him.
Yeah.
And I think I was the only guy that he ever let rib him all the time, because he was the most intense motherfucker I ever seen in my goddamn life. Well, I'd be sitting there at the goddamn house in fucking Lexington. He'd sneak in like a little kid and he'd pee on me. Now it wasn't a solid thing; it was like a dribble. Then he would run into the room and shut the door. They don't break the door in because we'll have to pay for it. Fuck! Every time we charged rent, I had to pay 1 cent more than him.
Unbelievable. Wait, I got to ask you this though. So when wrestlers, right? Again, one thing, I think it was Lou Albano, right, way back. Okay. He used to say that wrestlers always pretty much tried to shave down, right, because they didn't want to get hair in the other wrestlers' faces, all that shit, right? Is that accurate? You guys shave your underarms, chest? Really, what it does, when you you train and you don't. Sometimes I would keep shaved because I was in all those bodybuilding contests. So I tanned every day for 10 minutes in the tanning bed, but that was it. And then see, if you're real hairy, then you shave, all of a sudden you look great. So what you do is you want to see yourself where you don't look great because your hair's covering your cuts up. Then when you shave, all of a sudden, wow. Now all of a sudden you got an overnight transformation. What'd you do? Well, you dehydrated, so we got 10 pounds of water out of you, and we shaved your fucking hair. Everything is an illusion. It's like your cock. It's an illusion of length when you shave the pubes real fucking low. Yeah, that thing looks huge. It looks strong. Yes. It looks as long as it ain't a turkey gobbler, or so you just pull the fucking foreskin back, and then you're fine. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. All right, listen, I don't want to keep it on Dutch, but I do have a question. Do you think at some point he should shave the mustache? I mean, isn't the gimmick dead already? Enough already, right?
Hey, he's got a job. He's fucking still. He's still kicking. He still gets ungodly amount of fucking views.
Would you have targeted him to be a guy that would be as great at this as he is?
You can't judge a book by its cover in anything.
Right.
You can't judge a book by its goddamn fucking cover. And when you get into that thing, it's like the guy that goes around and he dresses up like a nerd and he goes in the fucking gym and he's lifting all the
Dude,
the
I love those videos. That guy rocks, man.
Yeah. And then he acts like he's, I can do it.
I love those videos.
Yeah, and he's legit as shit, and it's all a fucking rib, right?
Yeah,
and everybody's sitting there, and all the guys on fucking steroids, and they're walking around, and he's doing it with one arm, and they're going, what the fuck?
Right.
And they think he's fucking crazy and shit, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Next up, the guy that got us some heat this week, James Romero, Mr. Kid from England. I call him the Kid from England.
Yeah, James works for fucking Dutch. And Dutch has got a tremendous following. And James, when he started out, let's just say he's giving advice like he knows, like he's a fucking wrestler. He's not a fucking wrestler. He's not a wrestler. Once you have a couple thousand matches, then you start to understand it. If not, shut the fuck up. Just report what you're supposed to report. But we don't need of him giving advice to Bubba Ray that everybody's giving the same shit. But when you're giving that advice, that means I shouldn't be 300 pounds of fat. When I've been giving you that advice, I should be able to perform. Be somebody and have mastered the thing yourself before you start giving advice. I'm not going to get on your show and try and follow your act. I ain't going to fucking do it. You know what you've done. You know what you've experienced. As you can see, I've experienced a whole lot of different shit that 99.999 have never experienced. That's like when the Shawn Michaels match with the fucking Undertaker. I thought it was fucking horrible.
Really?
Said, why? I said, would Mike Tyson be fighting a goddamn lightweight? Here's the Undertaker, 100 pounds bigger than Shawn Michaels, right? And you're thinking in any fucking sport, any combat sport, you can't do that because the big guy would just destroy the little fucking guy. So we got to have some fucking brains when we're doing this shit. Unless, it's just, now they're going, he's going to get all his signature shit in because he has to do that or we're not interested. Austin's he's got to beat him with the fucking stunner. I said, fucking Austin, have a 2 out of 3 ball match. Beat him with the fucking sunset flip. Beat him with a goddamn small package. All of a sudden, that shit will mean something. I mean, I remember I went to see Michael Jordan play basketball. There was not one dunk in that game. I said, why? Because it's fucking real. They shut him off that fucking day. The next time I saw him, I think he had like 6 dunks, right?
Right.
But I was disappointed, and I sure as hell came back because it's real fucking sports.
Well, then let me ask you this then. You know, you got Roman Reigns against CM Punk, which was, I thought the mic work was fantastic between those two. But then you have a Danhausen. Don't you just destroy the credibility when you do this then?
Well, you got to win. Not everybody's eating steak. In the wrestling business, we got a hamburger match, we got a steak match, we got a fish match, we got a chicken match, we got a vegan fucking match, and we got a fucking buffet. Everybody does their own thing without stepping on. We need if everybody does fucking hardcore means nothing. Right. If everybody does a technical match, then technical match don't mean anything. Everybody's got their own fucking place in the fucking sun. And do it to the best of your fucking ability. I want nothing but violence. I don't even want you to get in the fucking ring. You and Abdullah go through the fucking. I remember in goddamn in Obi. I remember I was out. We was out in the fucking parking lot, and fucking cars were coming by and shit. We was in Louisville Gardens, and we're fighting out in the middle of the fucking street. And the cops are there trying to hold every back and everything. And it's just I'm just fucking working. And well, hell, the people know that they're just making it looks. We're causing a spectacle that we was on the local news, and next time we drew even better. Have some fun out there.
But don't you think like the Busted Open crew and some of these people that have influence with these podcasts, like if God forbid you have a count out, God forbid you have a disqualification, they also lead the pack of saying, "Oh, this is ridiculous. I can't believe they ended it this way." I mean, Christ Almighty, I used to go to the Garden every month. I mean, half the matches would end up in a double count out in the first grouping of the of the fights, right?
And how many times did you go there? And they had the time limit where they in New York at the Garden where you couldn't. Was it go past midnight? Was that what
11 o'clock? 11 o'clock. Yep.
Okay. So, oh God, they've only got 43 minutes for the main event, and all of a sudden the baby face is making that goddamn comeback. Oh fuck, he would have had him rematch.
Yep. That.
All of a sudden, no time limit, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll make it. And we'll put it on before the first break.
All right, we're almost through the list. Great conversation, Rick. Great. Mick Foley.
Oh, my God. Mick Foley. Mick's the fucking greatest. As a matter of fact, Mick paid for my teeth.
Wow.
He paid for my fucking teeth years ago, so I didn't have to buy them. I had no money. I was broke. So we was in Indianapolis, and he had a show. And he'd just come in from Chicago and he showed. He'd give me all of his fucking picture money. He'd give me all of his fucking picture money. Now I'm tearing up. Fuck me. So I could get some fucking teeth. Wow. Mick Foley did all that for fucking me. And every time I see him, he's always doing something for somebody else. We at the WrestleCon we was there talking shit, telling fucking stories and stuff. And his daughter's got the two kids, they got jobs with WWE. He's so over. But one of the nicest guys in the fucking world.
You know what? This is a great comment by B40 because I feel the same way. I can't stand his politics, but he's a good person.
Yeah, I don't do politics because I can't get into that. Because I'm not in the other guy's shoes, and I don't know what everybody's going through. Mm. If FDR, when he was president, how many times, and they had the fucking internet, how many times you think everybody bitches about everything, and then all of a sudden when they're gone, oh, I wish Clinton was back in. You know what?
Enough said on that. You're 100% right. It's like if Mickey Mantle was playing ball nowadays, he would be crucified. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he only had 521 home runs, and that's it.
Only.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Stevie Richards. Now, would you ever think this guy would have a podcast that's killing it?
Well, he's got a fucking podcast that draws tremendous numbers. You got to give him credit for that. And nobody's saying, hey, you got to turn into Stevie Richards show. And I love his fucking voice because it's like he's been hitting the goddamn voice box and he can't hardly fucking talk. But he was a real fucking wrestler. A real fucking wrestler. His opinion should be up here. Not just an announcer. He's a fucking wrestler. And when you work on the card, it's like I went into Ron Fuller and I was working junior heavyweight, and I'm getting over. So all of a sudden I do a thing on the weights, and I was the smallest heel there. But then again, I'm too fucking heavy, and Jacques Rougeau starts calling me fatso. Mm. Anyway, I'm working for Fuller for 11 months. The last 10 weeks was me and Austin Idol and main fucking events. And then I got fucking then Ole Anderson's calling me on the fucking phone. I hung up on him. I didn't think it was fucking. I saw somebody ribbing me, right? He says, I want to bring you as one of the convertible blondes with Ted Oates. And I said, well, he said, well, Bob Armstrong talked to me, and he said you could do anything that I asked. And I said, well, and needless to say, the Road Warriors are leaving, and they're going back to the AWA where they were from because they wanted to be stars in their home area. And you wanted to get away from that because you don't want more muscle guys. I can be a chicken shit, bleach blonde, baby face, fucking heel, do whatever you goddamn want. And I know you're the boss, and I ain't bitched about the goddamn money because I am fucking blessed to fucking be here, to get on this fucking stage where I was never fucking trained. Just bought my Carlin Hildegard shit and the B-Bar A boots and went to my first fucking shows and went on from there. But anyway, I'm rambling again as usual.
All right. China,
I felt sorry for fucking China because I'm as anti-steroid as you can get to begin with. And here's this girl taking these fucking steroids, and everybody fucking knew it. And I would pay people not to be on fucking steroids. I don't give a shit if you got a 20-inch fucking arm or whatever. And if everybody's got a 20-inch arm, a 20-inch arm don't mean anything. So, but I always felt sorry for China, and then she had the fucking big ass head and the big fucking jaw from taking all that fucking shit. And then, but the promotion knew what they was doing. They were obviously supporting it, or didn't tell her not to. But without it, she was not a good girl wrestler. She was made, and then the physique was because of the fucking steroids. And to me, if stuff with steroids, I'm repulsed by it. I'm fucking repulsed by it. That's just me. It doesn't fucking matter. But when I got in contest and won 2 fucking first place, and I was on the stage with fucking Arnold, fucking Lou Ferrigno, they were guest posing when our Mr. Kentucky's would outdraw the fucking Mr. Olympia. And then fucking Lou Ferrigno was in because he was hot off the Incredible Hulk, right? And then Arnold comes in because he was on Conan the Barbarian. He wasn't. And then I bought Arnold's picture for $29. He autographed it. But the fucking rib was he bought my fucking picture saying Rip Rogers, Mr. Central USA. And it said, and I autographed it to him, and I charged him 40 fucking bucks. And he fucking loved it.
That's awesome.
He fucking loved it. So the stuff in the wrestling business, good, bad, no matter what, I'm on here talking with you. People are seeing this. They can love it. They can hate it. They can sit back and look. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to fucking hurt me. I'm going to fucking croak someday, just like everybody else. But I'm croaking, and I'm not fat. And I'm croaking, and I ain't got steroids in me. I'm croaking, but I'm above average looking with above average fucking intelligence. Played three sports, name it. Loved every part of fucking life. And then someday I fucking croak, and you can piss on my grave if you want. I don't give a fuck. So anyway.
Michael P.S. Hayes.
Okay, Mike. Wow, I was with Mike in working for Nick Goulas when him and Buddy Roberts was in with Terry Gordy. And he said something. They weren't the hell. I had a music box, the Disco Kid. I was doing Donna Summer stuff, dancing at fucking Nashville. At one time they said, well, they was the first ones to have music. No, the fuck they weren't. What Michael did for goddamn me, and he must be a fucking genius because to work for WWE for how many fucking years when he was one of he was a great worker, a horrible fucking wrestler. But Jesus Christ, that motherfucker could talk. He was so fucking over. If he was a baby face, he was the greatest fucking baby face cheerleader there was. And if he was a fucking heel, you hated that son of a fucking bitch. But he gave me the number to Frankie Kane for Mississippi. So I went there and worked for Frankie, and that's where I became Rip Rogers, because that was Eddie Graham's name when he worked for fucking the Great Mephisto. And in 1955 in Texas, he was the first Rip Rogers. Frankie Kane said I reminded him of Rip Rogers, of him. So I became Rip Rogers, and I've been Rip Rogers ever since. So,
Fantastic.
but Mike, hey, but Mike, I remember we was working in the fucking Omni. I'm fucking main event in the fucking Omni. And this was before they sold the Crockett. So I going from working from main event in the Omni to getting fucking 6 weeks of lose and leave towns, and I was out of there.
Can I just ask you a question with the Omni for being a fan and finally getting cable? To me, the Omni was the Southern Madison Square Garden.
That's
Am I out of
right.
line? Was it that?
Yes, it was. Yes, and I remember fucking. I do a spot with Michael Hayes, and he's doing the fucking moonwalk, and he's babyface. So I'm the fucking heel, so I do the fucking thing, and I try and try and moonwalk again. Then I kick the fucking rope, and I sell my goddamn fucking leg. And then I'm threatening to do this, and he blows up, and it was just nothing but pure fucking comedy, right? But what a fucking memories it is to fucking be in that fucking position. Some guy from Seymour fucking Indy fucking Anna grew up on Dick the goddamn Bruiser fucking wrestling. It don't get any better than that.
It doesn't. All right, we got 2 more to go. Podcaster Hannibal.
Okay, Hannibal. Now, I'll tell you this. Hannibal, he was the first guy I ever saw with numbers this fucking high, right? Numbers and numbers. He got on the podcast thing years ago. And he was the first guy that ever paid me big money to be on his show. So no, whatever character he's portraying now, I don't care. He set the standard for this many fucking followers. He set the standard for paying me fucking money. And I never fucking forget that. And I know he's a hell of a worker now, doing this and that. But no matter what, he was a real legitimate fucking shooter. He was a big fucking guy. And when he's not in character, he'll be normal. But who the fuck wants to be normal? You want to be in the how horrible would it fucking be if we're sitting in here and there's Kamala and hey Rip, come here. I said, oh, go just fucking pound your belly. You're fucking Kamala. I don't want to fucking you being Jimbo fucking Harris again. You know what I mean? That's like years ago. I was in a podcast somewhere, or I was doing a seminar. It might have been at Pat Buck's, but there's Buddy fucking Rogers yelling at me, Rip, come here. I'm going, who? Me? Rip, come here. How the fuck? I said, I didn't have a fanny pack at that time. They didn't have any. So I had my bank bag stuck at that. Everybody had bank bags then. And you would put it down your fucking trunk. So I got a bunch of pictures with Buddy fucking Rogers. And Buddy Rogers is the greatest all time. And then comes Terry Funk. Them two are the two best by far. And I won't die from them, but you can torture me, but I won't give up. But Buddy Rogers, but to have him and to have pictures of that and everything, can you fucking imagine that? Buddy fucking Rogers saying, Rip, come here. Holy moly.
Hey, I don't know if you know this, but clear this up. When Bruno takes the belt from Buddy, was that a work when Bruno says that Buddy didn't want to do business, so he squeezed it out of him and he gave up for real? Or did you ever hear that story?
I heard the story, but anything you hear a wrestler tell, I don't care who they are. I could tell a 30-second story, or I could shrink it out to 5 fucking minutes.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, Bruno really gave him the backbreaker. What's better theater?
Yeah.
When you saw Buddy, when he had the backbreaker on him and he was writhing in pain, that was the most dramatic thing. Where if it's fucking real, you don't sell that way. You can't sell. If somebody really hits you, oh God, when he's nailing you, oh, here's my hands here. But no, I'm covering up or whatever, right?
All right. So before we get to the last one, now I got to ask you, since you're talking about that, was the Montreal screw job real?
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Your opinion.
In my opinion, I was. If I'm not there, I don't see it. I don't know, because when you tell the story to this guy and he tells it to me, now it's a completely different fucking story.
I got you.
And but I went out there and worked for Calgary in '88. I was there. I just come back from South Africa. I worked for Stu for like 4 months. I went to Japan for Baba. And then I went to the Maritimes, and I come back and finished up at Calgary for the rest of the year. Then I went and stayed home for 2 months, trained. Then I went to fucking Puerto Rico, where I was a fucking booker there. because they fucking called me. This is after Brody got killed, right?
Right.
So anyway, the shit I've experienced in this goddamn wrestling, you're going like, God damn. And I was just so lucky and so fucking blessed, but I came into this world with no fucking money. I'm going to leave this fucking world with no fucking money.
Wow.
I accept the fact. My body is failing me, but I don't know anybody that's fucking 72 and in tip top shape. Most of all my buddies are fucking croaked. They all fucking dead. They're brown bread.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, from just watching your show, I think you might be wrong on this one, Rip, but that's just my opinion. We're going to finish off with this one, and I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. You're an incredible person, and you're just a talent, dude. And you know what? Just that talent just doesn't dissipate, in my opinion. I think you're going to reap your rewards from what you're trying to do.
I think I owe you money?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if I owed you money or not. So,
well, listen, dude, listen, I'm just talking from the heart, man. You know what I mean? And you know what? I appreciate you doing this. And, you know, anybody watching this show is probably like, Monty's shivering in his seat right now because Rip doesn't agree with anything he's got to say.
Oh, well, no, well, everybody's got an opinion. You know,
I'm just fucking around. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, you like meatballs. I don't. You know, I like fucking pepperoni pizza. Oh, I want a double fucking cheese. Oh, well, fuck me. You like the fat girls with big tits. I want a girl with fucking abs and probably phony ass fucking tits. And I don't want a fat girl. You know, I don't want
a fat girl either. Why are you putting me in that window?
No, hey, fucking most bitches are fat anyway. They don't think they are. Their girlfriend, how do they? Oh, you look great. You look fantastic. And she's fucking squeezing your fucking boyfriend's fucking balls on the fucking side. The other girl, your best fucking friend, she's trying to fuck your boyfriend.
All right, finish us off with the Incredible Hulk Hogan.
Okay, the Hulk changed the fucking game. The Hulk was he was busy, just like Austin Idol, just like Jesse Ventura. They were all imitating superstar Billy Graham. I ain't mad at him. At the time, holy shit, I love fucking superstar Billy Graham. And I remember going to Allentown TV. I worked the Philadelphia Arena, Allentown TV, and superstar Billy Graham. He goes, "Oh, you work out. Holy shit, how in the fuck do you think I fucking felt?" Fucking superstar Billy Graham was putting me fucking over. And then when I was talking to the boys, that's when fucking Lou Albano and Fuji, they threw all my shit in the chandeliers and everything. So when I got back, I didn't have anything, and they was ribbing me. I didn't understand that the green guys, they rib because they're making the most impressionable thing, and the guy will remember it the rest of his fucking life. And thank you very much, guys, for putting my fucking clothes on the fucking chandeliers. Thanks for hiding all my fucking stuff. Thanks for having them fat girls come up and tell me that they wanted to suck my fucking dick. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Right? And even thanks for, they didn't have trannies at that time, but they had an effeminate guy, a fat, effeminate guy, reminded me of Ronnie P. Gossett. He come over to me. And I said, well, whatever it is, this is the greatest thing I ever had in my goddamn fucking life.
I love it. Last question. Do you think Senior made a mistake taking the belt off of Graham and putting it on Backlund?
Now, usually, as long as they're doing business, you don't want to have there's only one Bruno. Backlund could be in a baby face they could hold it with because they're going to cycle the heels around him. Jimmy Vay is going to come in for his 3 garden fucking shots. This guy's coming in for his 3 garden shots, blah, 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 blah. It's like when Vince Sr. told him exactly when he was going to lose the belt, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's got the fucking program there. Now, if they were doing, all of a sudden, they're doing 140% business with the same ticket price as him as champion, he's probably saying, I'm going to rethink this son of a bitch. But if not, He's the boss. The boss makes the decisions, just like his dad before him made the decision, and it was passed down to Vince, and he makes the goddamn fucking decisions. And on the Janelle Grant, if I had Vince's money, I wouldn't have no Janelle Grant. I'd have the greatest fucking whatever every fucking 3 times a day, 3 different ones a day. I got to have me a light skinned mocha. I got to have me a Latina. I got to have whatever, but I ain't mad at Billy. I ain't mad at fucking anybody. I'm grateful for that time I had in this fucking business. I'm grateful for the fucking fans, because without the fans, I might have been at the post office for 20 some years like my goddamn fucking dad. So I got out of Seymour fucking Indiana, lived my fucking dream, did whatever I fucking wanted to do. And no matter what, we're coming in broke and we're going to die broke. So in other words, what the fuck? Thank you very much.
With that, thank you, Rip Rogers, for joining the Howard Stern of Pro Wrestling. We'll be talking soon. Thank you so much. I'm wishing you the best. Have a good workout.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this Sunday night. We'll see you next Thursday.